And welcome to the Raw Review. We are the Dudley Boys of WhatCulture. I'm Adam Wilbourn, joined by Michael Hamflett and Michael Sidgwick, here to review everything that happened on last night's episode of Raw. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. We do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review Raw, but also SmackDown, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. AW Dynamite, AW Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week complete. All the video goes, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, though, joined by Hamflett and Sidgwick to review Raw. What do you make of last night's show?
Not great.
I loved it.
Good. Look forward to finding out why. Yeet. Very good. Didn't mind that. Yeah, it's not great. Like, the big thing I was looking forward to was good, but it gave me that feeling when they put it in the middle of the show, and they probably should have put it in the main event, because I didn't feel like they had enough out there to, like, it didn't really justify itself. WWE used to run Saturday night's main events where they'd put Hogan on first because the show was starting at like 11 at night. And it was like, and if you're still awake, there's a Strike Force match on, and they put the big segment I was looking forward to, the main event stuff, the big return, all that kind of thing, in the middle of the show. And then you've gone with that as your main event. You've gone with this still to come. They couldn't really follow it, and it gave me that sort of feeling of, it's not as stacked as I would like it to be at the moment. That was it. There were, and we just joked about it before we recorded, but they probably knew that in the main events or the big matches, quote unquote, weren't advertised either. So they probably knew it didn't really have the strength either. Otherwise, they would have promoted it as such. They've promoted stuff for next week's Raw. Mm-hmm. They know what they've got that is actually good and worth talking about.
That's the go home, right?
Yeah. And they know the stuff that kind of needs to be, well, go on, then we'll do it tonight, because it wouldn't stack up for us to say preview the day before. And you can sort of see that at the moment.
AI generated slop. I mean, come on. 3 impromptu matches. 3. There was 3 of them. Jesus!
It's not good enough.
No, it's not good enough by half. No. 3 impromptu matches. Not one match where you thought, bloody hell, that was great. And here's the thing. The one thing that's got a little tiny bit, well, not a tiny bit, quite a lot of genuine creative attention, big stakes, feels like a big match, like genuinely rabid fan enthusiasm. It's kind of turned into something that ain't for me. They've got one thing in this entire company that isn't a retread, that isn't woefully uninspiring, that isn't, all right, must be September, and I don't really subjectively like it. But the good news for WWE fans is that a lot of people do, and it's hot. My God, I was watching the show thinking, f***ing hell, I could book this. It's my biggest thing that I hate. Well, that's a lie. It's one of the things that I dislike the most about pro wrestling is that I am watching it thinking, bloody hell, I could book this slop. It requires nothing in the way of imagination or inspiration or like a genuine attempt to grab me and thrill me. Crap. Substandard, AI, slop, crap. Bereft of effort.
Bereft of effort is where I would go. Not so much the rest. He's up. But like, it felt like one of them ones where like there's a bus of talent, and I include writers, wrestlers, production staff that like couldn't make it to the show because of a snowstorm or something. There was this feeling of like, where's she? Why aren't we doing anything with them? Where there was like a load of that. It didn't feel like it was making use of whatever might be good at the moment. And then the longer you leave, like the longer I was thinking that, the more I was like, well, what is good? Like to Sidge's point about like, yeah, like you might not like the big like mixed tag stuff or whatever, but like that's the big thing to focus on. I really liked it. And then there's definitely more that I like about WWE, but so little of it was on display. Like last week's Raw, I really enjoyed. Like we sat and went through it, and I remember thinking, there's lots I'm looking forward to getting to, and then thinking about sitting down to this one today. Like your enthusiasm will help, evidently.
I had a lot of fun watching this show.
There was, like, I don't know, there was an off vibe to all of this one.
That's crap, man. Phoned in.
There's a development that I'm legitimately excited to talk about, because I think for those that don't watch, there'll be plenty of people that don't watch WWE regularly that thus won't reward this with, I think, the credit it deserves. There's like a little bit of a storyline development that people are just going, that's a bit weird. But I think it's like evidence that WWE has still got some things rolling, but nowhere near enough of it.
See, I disagree. I enjoyed this show. I'm really enjoying the build to WrestlePalooza. That's a very stacked show, obviously. Obviously love all the AJ Lee stuff. The Jey Uso turn, sort of, is really intriguing to me.
That's got more to it that I like.
I think Asuka's doing some of the best work she's done in years. Really enjoying her role across this show. And then like Rusev and Penta was kind of fun to me. I was like, oh, that's a nice surprise that they're just holding that on no notice. But I sense that you two
disagree vehemently. Yes.
I sure do on that last one. I sure
You're not a
do
Rusev
on that
fan,
last
are
one.
you?
I'm really not. He's...
I guess you kind of had to be there for that Donnybrook match.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying it. That's not just Wilbourn saying it.
He is. I didn't watch Unreal, saw the odd clip, got the gist. Let's Paul Levesque just surgically removing his own ribs so he can suck his own cock and put himself forward as this big creative genius. What an embarrassment and shambles of a man. Professional wrestling is significantly worse off for the first day he stepped in front of it.
As it pertains to sucking myself off, I don't need to remove a rib because it's massive.
It's so my cock is so big. That's almost impossible to deep throat.
If only my stinking nose wasn't so big.
Stinking. How many people are around that table?
Like 6, maybe.
We'll get rid of 5 of them. Because
so Triple H has been trying to do all along. I got this.
What are they there for on the evidence of last night? Anyway, let's go into it segment by segment.
Indeed, let's get into it. Good to see Tess on commentary.
Yeah.
So it's all been switched around, presumably for the football stuff that he's doing, I think.
I was going to say this happened last year, didn't it? Because he's a sports guy.
Yeah, so it's Tess and Corey Graves, Wade Barrett on vacation, not like the internet was saying.
Graves, he just can't help himself, can he? Loves it when he can do that. Stupid internet. I don't know, you seem to like it when you were posting all your angry thoughts about WWE and they relegated you to NXT. So which is it? Friend or foe?
Yeah, friend or foe.
Relegated? Sure about that one? Promotion in my eyes.
Yeah, well, not in anybody else's. He was on NXT.
More on NXT later on today.
I cannot wait.
I'm really excited.
I cannot wait.
These two haven't seen it for about 3 weeks. I've caught up and I'll be filling them in with a fun game on the NXT preview later today.
You sometimes watch the second hour of NXT and go, wait a minute, was that in the first hour?
Yeah.
Imagine a month.
A month off. Who's where? Anyway, the show properly starts with Jimmy and Jey Uso coming through the crowd, and then they get in the ring, and then what do they do, Hamflett? They ran it back. Yeah.
It's getting brief for that encore.
I like that. Bang, 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 bang. What's it, 10 or 15 seconds on Netflix? 10 seconds in it. 10. Send 10 more often than Ty Dillinger. Every Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Hell yeah.
When you first told me that, it did explain to me.
10.
It illuminated why. I was like, why is Sidge not like
I get the gist.
enthusiastic about this new boom? It's like, because he's missing half of it. Sticking around with the headlocks.
Get the gist. Did they get a pop? Yep. Bang. Go to the match.
Jay gets on the mic and says, the Usos are now in your city. The Vision, Seth Rollins, the Bronnies, the Brusos, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, you done messed up. You screwed up, Hoos. And then bing bong, excuse me. The two Bronnies interrupt.
It's not that funny.
He's calling audible there.
Bron Breakker.
Bron Breakker. Who's
Bron Breakker?
Who's Bron Breakker?
Bron Breakker from the Muppets.
I know who Bron Breakker is.
He gets very angry. Well, he's sort of enjoying himself and then he gets angry. I like Bron a lot. He says, hey, Reed, look, it's the twins. Big Jim, you lost? This ain't SmackDown. It's Monday Night Raw, Roos. The Vision runs Monday Night Raw. The Dogs run Monday Night Raw.
Bron Breakker was so happy with that line. This ain't SmackDown, you stupid idiot.
I got him, Branson.
Ropes are red.
I told him he was on the wrong show. And he's like, you got some nerve standing in our ring after what you did to Paul Heyman. He tries to kill him, and Bronson Reed holds him back. Says, no, not tonight. All I want from Roman's family is to acknowledge their tribal thief. He says, Big Jim, listen to Big Bronson. You weren't a factor in Seth Rollins' vision when you're on SmackDown. But
Bam!
Now you're here on Monday. The fans, of course, sing for Roman Reigns with the nod. And Bron Breakker just says, shut up! Bronson Reed says, we don't need to listen to these people. He's not coming back. He's already dealt with. He's off filming a movie. We're going to deal with you too, Jimmy. Just look at your cousin who's sitting in the hospital if you want to know how that goes down. And Jimmy, I thought Jimmy was good on the mic here. He says, why don't you shut your mouth when you talk about the OTC? Yes, Bron, I know exactly where I am. I'm here on Monday Night Raw. Another reason why I thought the show was great. You know what? I'm very happy to stand in front of the vision because I remember Seth J and Jason.
Great is such a big word.
There's another good one here. So he not only said Monday Night Raw, and they got the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Buying that, obviously.
Hit that one pretty hard.
Love how it's the most basic bit of wordplay imaginable, and he's literally just thought of it. My name is Jay, and I'm trying to get in WWE's good graces and try and do the Monday Night Raw, whatever, Monday Night Jericho. Day one. Literally day one-ish, I probably would have thought of that.
Monday Night Jay.
I'll get it.
If you ever need me for Friday Night SmackDown,
but he says, I remember...
WWE... What's next?
Sounds like the cookbook, man. Jeez, I think.
Yeah.
I remember Seth J and J Security. What we got here? PB and J Security. Good line. He says,
Do you like
He likes everything.
PB and J
except for AEW. He literally likes it all. Apart from
JEW when he goes to. I mean, he never signed there, God. But like JEW.
He likes everything except AEW and Natalia in Mansfield.
I like bits of AEW. MJF.
Yeah, do you like peanut butter and jelly?
I don't think I've ever had it. Have you ever had it?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't.
I only had it very recently because my kids like it, having obviously seen it in pop culture. Mm-hmm. So I thought, you know what? Yeah, I should have tried this as a kid. It didn't work for me.
No,
I remember jelly.
It's jam.
Yeah.
It's jam. I remember when
trying to scoop jelly on a bread. It's falling off.
I like the sound of half of this so far. Oh, jam.
I know I say put stuff in bread, but that's just not going to stay.
When like the American confectionery craze first hit UK shores, about 10 years ago, when Reese's was getting imported over in bulk and all the rest of it, and it was like everything was flooded with like American treats, and I was like, oh, let's go it actually. Let's get all of them and try them.
I paid out the ass for that stuff.
I had a big jar of like a jar of PB&G.
Oh, pretty
and it was
made
like
one.
a swirl with like the peanut butter and the jam, and then the peanut, and it was I don't know what you Americans are thinking.
Peanut butter and Nutella, the Reese's formula ultimately that works as like a sandwich thing, but the jam one didn't.
Not for me. Not for me, Jeff.
Anyway, just remind you who's standing in the ring, Oos. You the twos and we the ones. You two got the same damn name. I don't know what irks me more. You two have the same.
So views. Uso.
I don't know what irks me more. You two have the same damn name, or because you take orders from Paul Heyman, and they say, AKA the Advocate, AKA the Wise Man, AKA the Orca. He's built like one. AKA the word of the tribal chief, a dumbass.
Can they not have thought of like a bigger, funnier animal than literally the killer whale? There's even like worse whales than that to compare Paul Heyman to.
It sounds a bit like Oracle, doesn't it?
Sperm whale, because he likes to jerk off over his own delivery.
Sperm whale, because you can suck my dick, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Remember his birthday treat?
Yep. The introduction of the wobbly walrus character.
Seriously, is there a cooler big animal than the orca? I mean, it's in that S tier of cool big animals like lions and stuff like that.
Hippo.
The Usos are terrible.
But it just doesn't sound like Oracle, does it? It's got some of the shared letters. That's why they've gone with Orca. There's an art to this, Sidge.
There's no art. You. I'm sorry, he was swearing a lot already, and it's making some work for him. But he invites on himself, really.
What did I do there? I didn't say anything.
You did say that one early on was great. You knew what you were doing there.
It's J&J, PB&J.
You agreed for Newcastle yesterday.
As it did one thing.
He told you he'd remember.
I did one thing.
He's a grudge holder. You can't.
You know that you should know
can't get him.
Me.
That's how that works.
Sidge
will get you, but you can't get him.
I'll look up for Chesterfield's results. Mm-hmm. My son is chant mad. What's the chant? The Chesterfield chant?
The Will Griggs on Fire one.
No. Who was that hot shot?
Oh,
striker?
Kabongo Shamanga.
Shamanga, like James loves Shamanga.
Where there's any more?
Where's he go? He did something, didn't he?
He went up and then he kind of came back down, basically.
So you might get him back one day in that kind of nice...
Don't want him back now. Got Will Grigg, thanks very much.
Isaac trajectory.
Oh, does that start as soon as this Saturday? Could he play for Liverpool this weekend?
What did he do against Sweden last night? What did he do? For Sweden last night in an international and a substitute cameo. Did Alexander Isak? Bear with me a second. Did he miss a one-on-one? Of course he did. It's what he does. It's what he does.
What was that meme that started doing around recently? I'm no longer preying on your downfall. I'm now going to be an active part of it, basically. Hang on. Who have they got this weekend? That's what I don't know.
It's not Everton.
What? I've got to stop doing that. Eric really likes it. What? Burnley away.
No, right. Double hat trick.
3 for Ekiteki, 3 for Isaac.
No, he'll not start. Too weak. He's weak in body and weak.
His fragile body, fragile mind.
Yes, he's got a groin like pulled pork. Delicious.
That's good stuff, wasn't it? Alexander Isak's delicious groin. Right after bone.
Genuine question, right? Is there any point, like in previous seasons, you think of like Haaland and Salah and people like that, is there any point where you kind of just have to accept, I've got to put him in my FPL team because everyone else has got him? If he goes,
I'd rather give up. I'm going to give up regardless.
Would you pick any Liverpool players?
I've got Ekitike.
Got
Florian Wirtz as well. What a disastrous decision that was.
Yeah, I've got the same. I was told he was going to be like
Timo Werner.
Anyway, Jimmy says they've spoken to...
Sorry, please carry on.
Jimmy's spoken to Postman Pierce, and they've got the match. Bron and Bronson at WrestlePalooza against the best damn tag team in the game, Jimmy and Jay Uso. Jay says, but check it out, Milwaukee. We don't need to wait. We can get jiggy right now. Talk to him. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet! Reed says, no, we're not doing it tonight. We'll wait till WrestlePalooza. And then LA Knight attacks the Bronze from behind. They fight back, and the Usos help. Eventually, they dive out onto the ring. And then when they all get in there, there's a bit of miscommunication between Jey Uso and LA Knight, and that leads to Jay getting squashed in the corner by Bronson Reed. Jimmy clears Bronson out of there, though, and there's a bit of an argument between Jay and Knight as this segment ends.
Right, the show-long story I liked, and there was a development within that I actually really liked that I'll share later. And it was a good job because I found this segment to be incredibly low rent that did damage to just about all of them out there. I thought everybody's star power was diminished by this. And it wasn't particularly any of the lines that we've had a bit of fun with. Like, it was a sum of its parts thing. Like, all 4 of them.
Yeah, bad sums.
Made Bron Breakker somebody that, for the most part, I'm receiving as, like, maybe not the next big thing, but a next big thing. It's working, I think. We talked last week about this quite smart separation of the 2 Bronnies and Seth Rollins. This is a useful time to do that. You kind of let them spread their wings a bit so that when they all come back together as a group, Bron Breakker's just even more comfortable in his own skin to not really need Seth bossing him around, and that's going to happen. Jey Uso has obviously been this massive star, a success story. So you're thinking, oh, down he comes, back into the tag division, back with Jimmy. And his star power didn't overwhelm Jimmy Uso or anything, but it all just felt really, low rent, low stakes, and I couldn't put my finger on what it was that just like seemed to bring down like the main event vibe of all of them until the match itself was made.
Got at least 2 in there. That probably didn't help.
Yeah, but like
Jimmy Uso and Bronson Reed.
But I like Big Jim in his active role as a shitter. Like, that's how he's charmed me, is them just acknowledging, hey, he's rubbish, isn't he, Big Jim? And I was like, he sure is. He's my rubbish friend. Like, that's what appeals to me, typically. But yeah, when the match was made and the impromptu sort of main event was arrived upon with these cast of characters, I was, that's not good enough. That is not strong enough. LA Knight's had a great run lately.
Yeah, I've enjoyed his work.
And he felt like he was being lowered a little bit by his presence and all of this. But the segment later on, where kind of it's signposted where things might be going, I had a lot of time for. And I think they put the work in the background to get to this point. It was just this opening thing of Raw just wasn't anywhere near strong enough for me.
I mean, that's 50% cloggers in an opening verbal segment designed to build to an impromptu match. It's slop, poorly performed slop. I've enjoyed LA Knight within these tropes over the last however many weeks. Feels like he wants it. I just think Bronson Reed's impossible to take seriously. Like they're never going to give him a big win, or they don't see that much in him. He's a big lad there to take falls. And it was Scott Carlson, the upper and downer of WhatCulture.com/WWE, who really illuminated this for me on Twitter. Check out his ups and downs article this week and every week on WhatCulture.com/WWE. 7 out of the 8 last week's. I'm probably butchering and half remembering the stat, but like some Vision versus Babyface main event on Raw, half of the time ending in a DQ. I think 7 of the last 8 weeks has been the main event of Raw. Very poor, very uninspiring.
What did you make of the... did you see this promo that Styles cut? He comes out for his match with El Grande Americano, and then during the break, during the ads or whatever, he cuts this promo this all over social media today, saying he didn't have anyone on his side for the first time in his career. He throws up the too sweet, mentions Gallows and Anderson not being there, Michin being on SmackDown. It almost felt like someone orchestrated a way for him not to get help. So he's going to take it out on El Grande Americano tonight.
What I took from it was that it's a very 2025 WWE genre of promo, this. Some good, some bad, but the examples are starting to pile up of attempting to maybe have your finger on the pulse and try and draw from what the bubble are discussing. We literally talked about AJ Styles' potential jump to AEW just yesterday. So there's enough conversation going on in the wrestling bubble that they probably knew that this would get that attention. You put it in the commercial break, so it's this idea that it's this hidden thing. Look, there's nothing, illegal about what happened. He's on a live Raw microphone in a crowd that airs on Netflix all over the world. They're not hiding this. They're just, it's their way of hiding it, So immediately it's a version of a work. It's not like there's people posting it and going like, Triple H heard that. Yep, he's on a headset watching it on a screen. There's nothing, there's nothing shooty going on here. And it's off the back of last week. Obviously, they've used the fact that he's been defeated thanks to interference and he's lost conclusively a feud now to Dominic Mysterio. So it's the right time for that character to sort of be expressing these views. I don't see there being any kind of relationship with him potentially leaving. If he leaves, he's just going to leave anyway. But like Karrion Kross before his exit, like the whatever went on for better and mostly worse with R-Truth, the recent worked injury of Seth Rollins, a little bit of me thinks, could be something for Unreal. Great. Like they're always banking that footage now. Like it's just another one of those and we'll see how it plays out, I guess. It's part of the story.
The pattern of WWE worked shoots this year is not very good at all, in my opinion. I don't know why they're going to the well once again. I don't know. It feels like Triple H wants to prove himself to be the biggest, cleverest, hardest guy in the room with this kind of stuff, and it's blew up in his face so far. I don't see this being any different.
After the break, LA Knight says he doesn't care about the Usos reunion or their match at WrestlePalooza. He says, look, if Jay's got a problem with me, we'll deal with it face-to-face. But he wants to face one of the Brons in a match tonight. Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, LeBron James, Little Bronny, Charles Bronson even. He just wants to beat the piss out of someone named Bron. And he doesn't care if he wins or loses. He just wants to get his pizza. Yeah.
Who wrote that?
Beck, probably.
What's LA Knight saying that for? Anyone called Bron, if anything.
They all had Bron in their name, if you noticed there.
Oh, got it. Now it's
Charles Bronson.
It is funny. Squeeze my criticism.
The dialogue's getting significantly worse in WWE of late.
You can stick it in with the Debbie Deeks and the impromptu matches. There's a lot of those fallbacks. Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm thinking of two, really.
What's going on? The dialogue's getting worse. The impromptu matches are becoming more frequent.
Been thinking it since the closing moments of SummerSlam and the run-in after the John Cena Sami Zayn match on SmackDown.
The lack of finishes is becoming glaring.
Hating it non-stop, actually.
Yeah, it's just old habits are dying hard.
I wish you would.
AJ Styles versus El Grande Americano. Styles jumps Americano during his entrance, beats him up for quite some time until the referee rings. Well, not until the referee rings the bell. The referee finds a moment to ring the bell, and then I think he gets clotheslined out of the ring, does El Grande Americano. AJ looks like he's going to get this done quickly, sets up for the final forearm, but El Grande Americano Dos, is that what we're calling them?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Well, I don't know who El Grande Americano is. Runs out and...
Some are saying that one's a third Americano.
Excuse me?
But yeah.
Yes. Kais takes the referee. Dos grabs Styles' leg, and Americano sends Styles into the steps to take us to a break. When we come back, Styles makes a comeback, hits a rack bomb for 2. Kaiser begs off, and Styles falls for it and gets hit with a blockbuster.
Who? Who begged off?
Americano begged off.
I thought you said Kaiser.
No, I wouldn't have said that.
No, you
that was,
did, though.
No, I don't think so.
It's on record, so...
Well.
Good point. Good point.
AI, probably, if anything. If you heard that, it's probably AI.
I slop.
AJ blocks the powerbomb, hits a kick. Dos jumps up on the apron. Dragon Lee runs down, knocks him off, hits a nice runner. Americano tries for a roll-up and an amazing spot. Styles reverses it, lifts him up into the Styles Clash. 1, 2, 3.
Good match.
Yeah.
Good,
all right, this.
good match.
Okay.
Didn't expect to enjoy this as much as I did. I like AJ Styles and whomever that masked man may
Whoever
be.
it could be.
Yeah, didn't expect a great deal out of this, more than what you would expect. And we've talked at length forever about this brand of pro wrestling sometimes not feeling enough. This felt enough. AJ Styles I've quite liked of late. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm going through a bit of a... I'm trying to know what I've got before he's gone with him. But I am...
Going to what, February, I think?
Yeah, I'm just appreciating his work of late, even though it's not particularly changed. I'm just having I like recently had a bit of a deep dive into some of his older stuff, and I was like, yeah, he was the man, and so much of it is because of him and whatever. So I'm just starting to appreciate him a bit. And this El Grande Americano, whomever he may be, can give. The guy can give.
Yeah.
There was some really slick sequences and reversals that just typically do less than nothing for me. That I was like, well, I haven't seen that one before. Thanks very much for that.
This one's in WWE.
Part of it, definitely. It's probably how it's shot and produced, just better. And that finish was like a celebration of it.
Yeah.
It was like a flex of that being a bit of a theme of the match, because that was really lovely. Go and watch it if you've not seen it, type thing of a Styles Clash thing. Nice.
Here's a tell, and it's not a tell, it's a good thing. You can tell when a WWE TV match is above substandard fare, when the commentators genuinely lose their mind a little bit, and Tessitore did here.
Yeah. Look at that.
Look at that. What the hell is that? I had fun with this. It was decent.
Postman Peace.
Attitude here at Joe Tessitore. The puppies.
Postman Pearce is backstage with IYO SKY and informs her that
witness.
Stephanie Vaquer can't make it to Raw, so the contract signing's now off. But match is still going on at WrestlePalooza.
Don't feel great about that.
No, I don't want to speculate.
No.
I'll speculate after a press record, after a press stop.
Yeah. Nikki Bella walks up and says she's really excited to see that match. But then here comes Asuka and Kairi Sane, tell her to piss off. Nikki says, you don't have to like me, but you have to respect me. And Asuka laughs at her and offers to beat some respect into her tonight. Nikki accepts. Asuka storms off, and Kairi tries to appease things before we hear, Kairi! I love Asuka in this role.
It's a good bit. Yeah, they're nailing this, and it's you have this with an act every now and then, and especially because WWE will always and forever rely on these sort of backstage segments when a bit is working. It's such a gift from the gods, isn't it? Because they did it like 3 times last week, and it never got boring. You can drop Asuka into 2 or 3 different storylines and just do the thing, Asuka, and it's good.
No, she's class. Love her.
Also,
Didn't realize how much I missed her.
yeah.
Being good on TV.
We're obviously at the Jizerm Forum in Milwaukee.
Indeed.
Home of the Bucks. I remembered that because there was that big Fear the Deer sign behind IYO SKY while this was going on.
Yeah.
That intimidating. Orca, worst animal. What you say? S tier.
I know, like, you wouldn't want a deer running.
Oh, I wouldn't choose to fight a deer. Yeah. But Fear the Deer is a bit... It just reminds me of football to it at the moment.
It rhymes, doesn't it? Yeah, they're like...
What, has he been pecked by the chicken?
Kind of.
Have you got one of those? Any of them for your teams? Magpies?
Black cats, yeah. But
black cats mauled by the black cats?
No, I haven't really seen
that's
one.
Hull, isn't it? Mauled
by the tigers. You're getting mauled by the tigers. And then you're getting mocked by the entire internet.
Stick to rugby.
Yeah. Well done, Sidge.
They talk about AJ Lee's return, and there's a video package to remind you who she is if you didn't know.
The problem with Hull, Sidgwick, I don't know. Yes! I've met people from Hull, very nice folk.
You scout in Hull quite a lot because Scarborough had nerfing going on.
Hull
was one of the locals.
So Hull was your metropolis.
Hull and York. Yeah.
Ooh, fancy day.
Yeah, York is
posh.
A bit posh.
Posh for you, isn't it?
Yeah. I went to like first gigs in York because it was 40 miles away in the closest venue where bands were on.
Yeah. First gig?
Indie band called Alfie.
Alfie!
Yeah.
Figures.
Yeah, checks out, doesn't it? But they were advertising the back of Kerrang. That was how we found the gig.
Yeah.
So it was one of them little...
Mine was... never really liked the band, but again, like Newcastle gets a lot of gigs now, but at the time it was always like System of a Down, Korn and Deftones would be like, or Slipknot, whatever. Glasgow, Birmingham, Manchester. Glasgow, Birmingham, Manchester, London. That was pretty much it. You know. So like hardly any of the big bands that I loved would go to Newcastle, so I'll just go to anyone with a guitar. My first Bush,
yeah,
supported by Cyclefly.
Do you like seeing Bush?
Good.
There was you might have noticed it as you were coming across.
Right, you big fan of Bush?
Yeah, I love it.
Favorite song?
When did you first come across Bush?
Earlier than you think. There was a band, or there was a stage, I should say, playing.
You were an early adopter of Bush.
Indeed.
I don't know why you're adopting that when you're talking about it like that.
There was a stage with bands on the Tyne Bridge on Sunday. Play music as people come across. Do you want to take a while? There was like an indie band that came on towards it. I think you'd gone past at this point.
The Fratellis.
No, it was just like local bands.
Drinking Pepsi Cola.
Maximo Park.
No. There was a local band that came on who was just doing covers. So they did like Arctic Monkeys and stuff like that. Do you want to take a guess at the first artist that they played? I'll give you a clue. It's the Great North Run.
Future Heads.
Close.
Mark Knopfler.
No, think
local hero.
Over the river.
Oh, Frankie and the Heartstrings.
No, Newcastle.
Well, that I think that
Sting.
River.
No, or the far more obvious Current. You would have loved.
Oh,
Sam Fender.
Game on was like, anyone like Sam Fender? And I was like, yes.
Does anyone like him? You can imagine line the bridge. Not a fan.
Not fun.
Yeah. At least you got the medal.
Got the medal. So it's good stuff. That someone's done that on purpose. I refuse.
Yeah, of course they
refuse to believe it. It's like we all of us had a look.
So it's just a Sunderland person's just gone trying to sneak this through,
and it's got all the way through.
And they're just like, I can't believe this is happening.
The officers on what river, man?
If you're not unaware, they've put the Weir.
It's just a map of Sunderland, yeah, including the river where you can see the outline of the stadium. I like because it's just a clear like AI map. Like make 60,000 medals, please. Well, I've sent it off now.
For me to print, yeah,
sure. We're definitely on this.
Then we got Lyra Valkyria versus Raquel Rodriguez. Lyra using her quickness early on. Raquel's got the power, obviously. But Rodriguez takes control, catching a flying crossbody and hitting a fall-away slam on Lyra. And she targets the back, sends her back first into the ring post, and then hits elbow drops to the back. Keeps working it over during the break, but then Valkyria makes a comeback. Heel kick, bulldog, tornado DDT. But Rodriguez fights back with a rope-assisted vertical suplex for 2. Nice spot where Valkyria tried to do a sunset flip powerbomb. Raquel holds on, and then Valkyria sort of powers up and lifts herself back up.
Valkyria was great in this match.
To hit a nice powerbomb for a near fall. She tries to go for the Nightwing, but my back, can't do it. Perez also jumps up on the apron to cause a distraction. They trade some counters. Valkyria gets a cradle for 2, goes up top, but again, the back is hurting, which allows Raquel to recover and grab her from the top to hit her with a Tejana bomb for the 1-2-3.
This was my favorite match on Raw, right? It was
Bad Raw.
It was... There's some WWE bias coming from here, so apologies in advance. It was botchy at first, and it was a little bit, not so much botchy, but they didn't feel like they were really on the same page together.
There was a comeback for the ages.
No, not quite that time. Not quite. However,
I'll never forget that as long as I live.
what happened? Well, that match, me neither. A classic. What happens in WWE when that happens, and we've seen it a million times, is the wrestlers freeze. You know, they're victims of the performance center. Right, how do we get back on task here? And all the old guard the next day on podcasts like, slow it down, kid, grab a hold. And they're just, no, that's not the script. That's not what I've got to get to. It's how they've been trained and all that. These two made it feel real. So the little miscommunications or that little thing where they were off a bit suddenly resulted in stuff like that feat of strength and that, well, I'm just going to have to use my athleticism here or use the gifts I've got to make it actually resemble a struggle rather than something that had gone off the rails. And I thought it was like a credit to the pair of them. Valkyria, I was going to isolate for praise as well. Had a really good night. Has come out. I questioned yesterday what exactly you do with her when she can't challenge Becky Lynch for the title. And
First feud of the year, it's looking like.
And it doesn't feel like they can send her in the direction of anything until Bayley's come out of a, like, Aleister Black cupboard of sadness. But in the meantime, I guess the answer is just to wrestle and to continue to prove herself. Because, yeah, I thought this was a decent bit of business when it looked early doors like it was going to fall apart a bit.
No, I thought Lyra Valkyria in particular was really, really good here. That sense of struggle was tremendous for that sequence. Bayley feud's going to stink.
Could do, like.
So good luck to her going forward.
It's a sort of symbolic of 2025 and things getting slapdash and lazy. It was Postman Pierce last week, and I know like we've not done the Bayley yet, but again the commentary.
Can't wait.
Do you want to do it now?
Yeah, go on then. Yeah, because it is tied to Lyra. Yeah,
Awful.
This was off the back of Seth and Becky and AJ and Punk, obviously. Bayley saying she doesn't know what the next step is, but she knows that the last person she wanted to hurt was Lyra. She's hurt a lot of people in the past, and most of them deserved it. And they forgave her because she's a good person. And then evil Bayley pops in and says, "Oh my, I don't know what to say."
yeah. Please do this.
Yeah, please do that.
You're a gifted performer.
Okay, so how would you like it? Because for some reason she was evil Yorkshire Bayley there.
Good start.
Whatever. It's your creative spirit. Let it guide you.
Okay. Oh my God, are you finished yet? Save it for your diary. You know, I'm really proud of you for admitting your mistakes. Maybe you should just talk to her. Ding dong, hello. You should say out your life. Why you take the hint and move on? You have to do what's best for us. What's best for us, make it right with her. You know what to do. You know what's in your heart. And normal Bayley says she'll make it right.
What the hell is... I know what it is. I know exactly what it is, but why do I have to watch it?
Yeah, Yorkshire Bayley. None of us need this. So
unless that was completely that was unintelligible, let's face it. The actual segment didn't feature Bayley doing a Yorkshire accent, but instead it's a continuation of Bayley, who now has voices in her head. Mm-hmm. One of whom is the laughing, maniacal heel Bayley. The other is Pigtail Bayley.
Yeah.
And they are competing to see what side is she going to turn to next, and it's completely lame. Bayley,
we can hear the voices.
We can hear the it's an external monologue, an exterior monologue.
What the commentators
doesn't exist really.
They're all saying, I think Bayley's dealing with some like voices in her head there. And I'm like, no, I think she's dealing with the voices out of her mouth.
Yeah,
Joe, Corey.
I hear voices out my head.
I talk to people and explain my problems verbally.
It's verbally. It's absolutely
doesn't work.
It's almost wrestle crap tier.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy it personally, Sick of this blandly competent era of pro wrestling. I was watching this, bored out of my mind this morning, thinking, God, I miss it when it was crap. I miss wrestling when it was crap, and wrestlers, by sheer force of will, had to be incredible to make it good. This Tony Khan / Triple H led era of bland competence. It's way too competent. Oh, the storylines make sense. I mean, I know you're erupting down there as a result, but it's pissing me off now and boring me senseless. This is a little bit of me, this. Absolutely terrible. Bayley cannot convincingly sell me on the idea that she's really grappling with herself and which direction her character needs to turn. What's best? What's best for me? An acting class?
You know what she needs, Sidge?
An acting class.
Well, not a lot, not just that. An empty arena full of video screens. That would really make
laughing. She's hopeless at this.
What was your pitch yesterday? She gets distracted by a Bayley buddy that's mysteriously blown all the way to ringside, or the appearance of a door.
No, that was. I'm doing a 2-week booking. Thank you very much.
Sorry,
it was this week was she climbs to the top rope to hit. Like she was trying to do.
Yeah.
Climbs to the top rope to hit a leg drop or whatever, and a Bayley buddy shoots up
or whatever
and knocks her off the top rope into a Tejana bomb.
Those pathetic flailing arms on those inflatable teammates. Sends her flying through a table.
Sorry, the next week, just to clarify that, Roxanne Perez, week 2, obviously, as we were anticipating. Mm-hmm. Lights off, lights on again. There's a door in the ring. Lights on, lights on.
A classic reveal.
EC-dub.
The dog, they just wrestle around it. Oh, it's inanimate. Completely misunderstood, like the box principle. The idea is a wrestler has to come out of it. Oh, it's a box! Nobody in the box. The box is here.
Anyway, after this Lyra Raquel match...
It can be anything.
Give me a door.
Boxes and doors all the way down. What's behind the door? It's another box!
What if you open the door and a Bayley buddy comes through it?
That's week 3. Whoa!
Yeah,
Whoa!
let's not get ahead of
Save that
ourselves.
for WrestlePalooza. Make them pay for that.
This Bayley thing has to be seen to be believed, guys. Go and watch it.
A good L.
Or heard, even though the voice is in her head.
Penta walks up to Postman Pearce. He wants a shot at the IC title because he'll be a champion that has zero miedo. Rusev comes in and says, "You're not following the plan, Postman Pearce. I've returned, crushed Sheamus, and now I want to become a champion. I'm not wasting my time with a clown like you, Penta." And they go back and forth, and that sets up a match for later on.
Penta's, I don't know if he was scripted to say this, but I thought it was really funny. He's like, I came here and everybody loves me. Why do you love me?
I know, I like that.
That's quite good.
That. It's good. They've always had good comedic time in the Lucha Brothers.
Yeah. Good. That was a bit of a Penta's, where is my respect?
Yeah.
I'm over.
You love me.
You seen these losers you're putting out here? I'm over.
AJ Styles thanks Dragon Lee in the back for having his back, and Jimmy Uso walks up and says, "You've seen Jay? I've been looking for him everywhere." And then he turns around and 3 yards away is Jay Uso. He's
classic Big Jim.
WWE is pony.
He's got his back. He's leaving, but the show's still going on. Jimmy's like, "What are you doing?" Jay's like, "I don't care about this LA Knight Bronson Reed match." Jimmy's like, "No, we got to run the play on the Vision tonight." And Jay says, "No, I think LA's trying to get me. Helping LA Knight's not going to help us at WrestlePalooza. It's not going to help me regain the World Heavyweight Championship. He wants people to acknowledge them or they'll smash them." And Jimmy says, "Jay, you're not sounding like yourself. You're starting to sound like Roman Reigns." Jay says, "Well, maybe sound like myself isn't working."
Right. I like this, and it plays out more so in the main event as this is one of them, whoa, Jey Uso sort of teetered towards a heel turn for the first time. But it's a little bit better than that. Not the greatest thing, not the greatest story they've ever told or anything, but a little bit better than that. As this played out and as they did this segment, and it was still, even for WWE, a little bit patronising. Wait a minute, you're not sounding like yourself. I'd be like, so if I just said like Austin 316 says whipped your ass, Hamflett, that's not you. That's Stone Cold Steve Austin. So that was a bit on the nose, but then you reflect. I know. You reflect back in the opening segment, he's got his own Monday Night Raw t-shirt while he's teaming with his brother. He started wearing the shades and like these little...
Roman and him have had interactions recently.
Where Roman, as a baby face, has been telling him what to do to go and like be the man. But it does sort of play back into like Jay's consistent insecurities that have defined the character even when he's won the world title and that were put in there by Roman in the first place. So there's always this idea, like even when Roman's trying to be a positive influence, he might have inadvertently polluted the water here a little bit. And in the run up to the 4-way, like it was the kind of the only interesting element of the story because it was so obvious that Rollins was going to retain and there was going to be it was going to be something to do with the CM Punk feud more than anything else. All they had was CM Punk trying to convince Jey Uso and LA Knight that it was better to work together regardless of who won. If we can just get our heads together, we can stop Seth Rollins, then yeah, we can fight. And Jey Uso in particular was the stubborn one, and it was Roman Reigns telling him, A, be stubborn, B, do not listen to CM Punk. So that all happens, Seth Rollins retains the title. Like all of what Punk said was proven true as the kind of the babyface, you're our rock of all of this. That was Punk. He's now out the way, and Jey Uso's left with LA Knight and all kind of the detritus that's come out of that 4-way. And now you're seeing that fall apart. And Jimmy's back, and Jay's like, well, that's fine. There's my stability. There's my safety. And Jimmy's first thought is, let's go and help LA Knight. And Jay's like, you're fucking joking. Like, I'm going to make all the same mistakes. I'm going to make years and years and years of mistakes again. And crucially, I'm going to get nowhere near to my world title, which is what it's all about. Jey Uso actually mentioning for the first time in a little while, I don't think you realize how much I need to get that belt back, actually adds credibility to all the yeet and all the main event Jey Uso because he wants it. The character actually wants it again and is scared that all of
Who wants it?
Jey Uso might want it. He's actually showing a bit of fear that everybody was right and all of this was just a myth and a dream and he was a fraud and all of that. Yeah. And that's the stuff that drives him to make heelish calls, which he would then go on to make. Like, I think they've earned a bit of credit here with the story. We'll see how it goes. Like, I'm going to let it play out. I'm not saying it's just a full-on heel turn, but I did actually quite like the texture, and nobody would have gone in a Raw thinking it ends with people booing Jey Uso. So, like, a little bit of guts and something a little bit interesting going on here, I thought.
You know what? That's why he's the best in the business at analysing this slop, because sometimes he makes you realise it. I mean, it's slop. Sometimes he makes you realise, hang on, they actually do try things and do things, and he detects them. He's the best at it.
Thank you.
I just look at he's 3 feet away from him.
That is dumb.
Where is he?
Okay. It's the wrestler walking off shot, isn't it? Right, are they gone? They can't possibly be. Not even put a door sound effect in there. Even we've got that.
We could have a lights on myself. We could have a door there, just like that.
Well, I want doors backstage segments now, just so you can do the lead. What's happening, boys?
Door teasers.
Is it?
We get in trouble for that. Anyway, light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up. Out comes AJ Lee. Huge bap. She's wearing Becky Lynch's Intercontinental title, and she wants to introduce herself to people who weren't there 10 years ago and explain why their millennial parents were so excited on Friday. She is your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. She retired 10 years ago because she thought she'd accomplished everything she wanted to in wrestling.
Kenny Omega's favorite wrestler. So she was incorrect.
She imagine if she wasn't Punk.
I know. I like Terry Funk, doesn't he?
She didn't plan on getting back in the ring again wearing jean shorts that were 2 sizes too small. She went on another journey to accomplish other dreams she had in life, and she did it. I like the next bit. She said she went on a mental health journey. She wasn't healthy. She needed to take care of herself and get right. She went for therapy. There was a chant for therapy in here, which she really liked. She took all the mental chaos and turned it into her superpower. Every day was a fight, but that fight was worth it. You are worth it, she says. She felt really good for a really long time, and then she watched Monday Night Raw. She said healing wasn't linear. It's one thing to see your husband face.
I was feeling great, and then I stuck Raw on.
I thought that was a funny line. It's one thing to watch your husband face Drew McIntyre or Seth Rollins or John Cena, but it's another seeing him in there with Becky Lynch. She wanted to like Becky Lynch. They had so much in common. Lynch was a leader, a rebel, a New York Times best-selling author. Well, she did it first, but still. Then she saw Becky Lynch motorboat her husband, she said. She put her hands on him. She defamed him. And out comes Becky Lynch, who says, this has nothing to do with your stank-ass husband. Is everybody insane? She's wearing my title. That's my title. The most important title in the division. We're nothing alike. I'm the greatest female wrestler of all time. It's not just me saying it. Other people are saying it as well. Sports Illustrated, the Chicago Tribune, the Milwaukee Journal says it. I'm going to need to go to therapy after this. And again, the crowd chants for therapy. And
I'm checking something on my phone to inform my take. I'm not skiving.
AJ Lee tells her, good, therapy works. Lee says, I actually forgot I was wearing the IC title belt. I've been skipping around the house with it. I slept with it. Got even a little bit awkward when I had to get up and leave this morning. Becky says, cut the crap. Don't put your grubby hands on my title. But in doing so, Becky has removed the ridiculous sunglasses she's wearing to reveal a black eye. And AJ says, oof, bit of a shiny you're sporting there. Was that me, my tiny fists of fury? Since you're the greatest of all time, why don't you come in here and take this title from me? And Becky Lynch said, I am not a chicken. You listen to me, you Jersey trash bag weirdo. Keep your hands off my title. I'm already going to have to bathe it in bleach after touching... Oh, sorry, I already had to bathe in bleach after touching your greasy husband. Where is he, by the way? What kind of man hides behind his wife? This had nothing to do with you before he got involved. It's all about me and my husband, our family, our business, and our vision. You don't need to stick your neck in where it doesn't belong. In fact, actually, why don't we bring him out here? Why don't I show you what a proper champion looks like? Let's get my hot husband out here. Hit his music. Everyone knows the song.
Seth Rollins stable, the Jism.
The Jism.
Appropriate where they were, of course.
Yeah.
Rollins comes out and says, quiet down, pump the brakes. Look, this is very simple and super easy. AJ, just give Becky her IC title back, and we can all leave this dump of a city as soon as possible. And AJ says, I've got a better idea. You've got two options. Becky, you can come in right now and take your title, but I might have to give you another black eye. Or I'll give you this title if you agree to a tag match, me and my husband, CM Punk, versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. Pick your poison. And Seth says, look, AJ, look, I know you've been gone for 10 years, but you don't understand how things work. Let me explain it to you. I am the world heavyweight champion. This is my show. These are my people. You've been back for a cup of coffee. You don't call the shots. I call the shots. I'm going to come in this ring, take that title, give it back to my incredible wife, and that's going to be the end of it. Understand? And AJ Lee quips, oh, thanks for mansplaining that. Everybody loves that. And Rollins gets in the ring, but AJ Lee steps in between him and the title, gets in his face, and as Seth is yelling at AJ Lee to hand it over, CM Punk walks up behind Becky Lynch, barges past her, gets in there, almost hits a GTS on Seth, who bails to the outside, grabs a microphone and says, you want a match? You got the match at WrestlePalooza. You're both done for. Becky Lynch isn't happy about all this, but the match is set for WrestlePalooza, and AJ Lee kisses the IC title belt and throws it out to Becky.
Loved it. Like, the stakes are pretty high with this being like the main event program, the world champion, the hottest thing on the show by like orders of magnitude. But I enjoyed how sort of lightweight and fun most of this was. I really mean that in the sense that this was the ultimately like the escapist I want to disappear into the story that I want out of all wrestling, and you so rarely get. This was everybody playing characters but clearly having a blast doing it, and I thought this came through in everybody's performances. Just quickly on AJ at the start, because like, and I mean this in the most complimentary way possible, I think. There was something very AEW in the modern wrestling landscape about AJ Lee's promo to start with, and getting a therapy chant at a WWE show in the year where typically the people in their crowds are chud Netflix comedians. I was like, I quite welcome that. I was like, oh, there is still a bit of actual humanity to this company that like has been like increasingly disappearing since like the Netflix era began. So that was nice. And I just believed it, and I bought it, and it was clear she was given time, and it didn't matter if she was, you know, if there was a point where she was going to take a break and interact with a member of the audience or riff or whatever. And it was real, and, you know, the stuff she's doing is stuff that she's actually done. And yeah, just felt authentic. I like that nice bit about, you know, like, why your millennial parents into me. An important acknowledgement that a lot of this audience is new, and they're not doing what they used to do, which is like, why aren't you cheering for famous friends Ted DiBiase and Kelly Kelly? You know, that was how they used to treat these figures. And now it's like, no, there's this audience, there's this audience. Let's bring these together and see and explain why, with that video package, AJ Lee was a big deal to so many people. So that was super effective. But then just in the way that the actual story played out, exactly what I would have wanted. It's a storyline, and it's wrestlers having a lot of fun, getting to intertwine the personal and professional over belts no less, over like at least 2 wrestlers in Punk and AJ that have very clearly set out their aspirations beyond getting a bit of revenge for what's happened personally to taking their titles as well.
What alarm's that?
It's the revenge alarm.
The revenge alarm. The best bit of Raw alarm
is
going off currently. Punk and AJ want to win those belts, and the first step in doing that is beating them in a mixed tag. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins were excellent again.
They were
as
good,
like
weren't they?
bumbling fools. That 2 shows in a row where they've absolutely nailed what their job here is to, just in case anybody isn't on the level with AJ, is to make it very clear that like they're the cool baby faces that need to stop these idiots. Like Seth has been great as a buffoon to the point where if at any point when he rejoins as a group with Paul Heyman and the 2 Bronnies, he's required to be the serious heel again, I'll be sad because immediately they found
He's found his level here.
He's found what fits again.
Clown.
Clown heel. Clown heel world champion. Like that's absolutely where he fits right now. And it's what's serving this program best as well. Wouldn't have done this any differently, but honestly, I mean that positively and as a compliment. Really, really fun stuff.
The first thing I want to say, and I'm not just getting it out of the way to say something nice, or it's because the thing that I feel like I have to say, genuinely good on AJ for being open about her mental health struggles and recommending therapy, because I've been through therapy and it really helped me. I'm nowhere near as anxious as I used to be, I don't think, and certain things that I used to fret about through various techniques given to me via therapy, I've been able to get a handle on the smaller stuff anyway. That just was so, but anxiety tricks you into thinking everything's a problem. Okay, so good on her. I don't like it as a performer, and again, it's just not for me. Everyone else evidently loves it to a huge jubilant degree. Like, don't hurt me. Sacrilege corner.
Sacrilege monster.
I could hear him.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't like it. It gives me that. I don't want to say like, I don't know. I just the physical sensation of watching her portrayal of the character. Just it's a hard not for me. I'll cite an example and not just say, I don't like it, because that's not like worth listening to. I don't think on an analytical podcast. So she has this thing where she was talking about how, oh yeah, I've got the title. I've had it for this many days. And before Becky cut the line off, she was going to say, yeah, I slept with the title actually the other night. Things are going to get a little bit weird. Have you ever seen? There's a few of them who do it now. A few TikTok like comedians who try and take the piss out of the manic pixie dream girl trope in movies.
I've not seen it, but I can.
The insufferable lead of an indie film, that kind of thing. That's it. That's kind of AJ Lee for me. She is playing the awkward on purpose. It's a work, and she's good at it. That awkward manic pixie dream girl who is, oh my God. All the gooners are watching her going, oh my God, she's awkward. Just like me, we could be together. No.
That's never changed, does it? That's legacy stuff.
Yeah, so she's playing this, and she did it a few times where she was trying to tell a joke or steer the promo down a certain path before deliberately being awkward about it. It's very much the manic pixie dream girl. We've seen it in various films. Maybe if I'm 17 years old, I'm watching this thing and God, I got a chance with AJ Lee. I just don't like it fundamentally. I don't think, by the way, in case this gets misinterpreted, that she is deliberately trying to, I don't know. I just don't like the performance of it at all. It just gets me in a certain way that goes right through me realistically. And AJ Lee is 38 years old.
We're in our 30s.
Do I dress like I'm a 15-year-old skater boy? Do you know what I mean? It's just like...
That could be fun. We could do that for one of the pods.
I mean, I don't think Saved by the Bell higher than that old to play this kind of thing, Yeah. It's just not a character for me at all, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
I'd pay big money to see you in a backwards cap, t-shirt and shorts.
My Pacific Pro Skater.
Big money.
I think Halloween's on a Friday this year.
Right.
So we could do that. Do something. Is that anything?
It's probably not now.
It was like 2000 era Blink 182 or something.
I'm so bad at throwing out old clothes. I've probably still got clothes from when I was 17 somewhere in a drawer I can bring in.
When you were 17, so you're a little bit younger.
2005.
I'll try and find this
first album.
This TikTok insufferable lead from an indie film.
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly what I mean.
Yeah. When you were describing it, I was thinking of like Zooey Deschanel parts.
That's
for like an entire
various.
era. Yeah. Well, you like this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just very happy to see AJ Lee back. And I will say, Light It Up is very, very popular in the Wilbourn household right now.
Aye. It's massive.
Eric has already learnt the arms, but I think he saw you do it at the Great North Run, and now he's like, well, that's a thing now, isn't it?
That's what we're doing.
That and Squeeze Me, as you two now know.
Yeah, that was lovely.
I'm glad you've gotten that over. It's a big one. It's
Could you tell that Anne-Louise wasn't in the room when that happened? And I've just worked that in my one moment that I got.
But this is how
I was squeezing some like a what's they called container of yogurt onto a spoon for Eric, and I said, "Squeeze me, huge pap."
But
so
he's
that's the thing now.
at the age now where he'll start like repeating versions of that back.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
he'll be asking it to move out the way politely by going, "Squeeze me, mummy," and then like, what was that?
Where's he got that from?
and there's like, I wonder how many times in her life is she gonna have to say that and look directly at you? I don't know. I'm watching all sorts of stuff these days.
Who knows what Paddington's been doing?
How great is it? We talked about this on SmackDown yesterday, but Sidge, how brilliant is it that like all those awful feelings we felt about watching Seth and Becky together in 2019 can actually be used with them as heels now?
Yes, I know.
It's such a different emotional response, isn't it? Like, ugh.
I mean, it was such. I felt sorry for Seth Rollins. He's made his bed. He knows how mediocre he is. Like Becky and Seth in 2019 was so doomed to fail.
Yeah,
like the whole thing in like sitcoms and stuff. And I keep meaning to, remind you of this because you love it on NXT. There's actually sitcoms that exist for this exact purpose. You can only stomach really hot people banging if you think they're not going to bang for a while first, right? And you think, oh, get together. Oh, this circumstances prevented you from getting together. That's a shame. You're so good for each other. Oh, yay! You're together now. It's great. They were just together.
Yeah, there's
like,
no will
like
they won't
that.
there. It's just they did.
It's like that. Yeah, just they did. And it's like, oh.
That famous trope.
We said yesterday when you were watching it back then, it was also like they were a shoot couple. We already knew that, and like you say, suddenly they were just, oh yeah, it's Becky and Seth, and they acted like they'd just gone, right, you from SmackDown and you from Raw, you're a couple now. And sorry, I've only just joined the company. Who's this?
Yeah. They evidently, I think they've said subsequently that neither of them really wanted to do it.
Becky knew it would be kind of disastrous for her character, and Seth didn't want to hijack her at the top of a game.
Yeah.
It was a really terrible position
it was
to be put in.
so evident, like they know. I don't want to say wrestling fans are fickle. I kind of hate that take, but I'm saying that wrestlers probably think it.
Yeah,
I don't want to put words in their mouth. But the worst time to be a babyface at the top of the game is literally 1 week after you've really, truly made it and won the title. Because, like, right, what else you got? What else have you got? Because the first challenger invariably isn't going to beat you. So you can almost, like, take you've invested in that character and you've seen them peak. You're not really getting anything until 3, 4, 5 months for them to do something truly dramatic and important. So the worst time to do, I've just won the title and I've just become the biggest star in wrestling. Guess what? I'm shagging Seth Rollins as well. So, all right. You know what I mean? That's what people will be thinking. So it was never going to work.
No. Odds on them doing a tag at WrestlePalooza by slapping each other's arse.
Yes. Oh,
that's not odd.
Speaking of a callback, because that's what that is, that was how they kind of first revealed it, wasn't it? Becky slapped his ass. Wait a minute, with those two, she's slapping his ass. Don't you want to be their friend? No.
Never. Never.
That was a nice callback in this one, where AJ Lee was doing to Seth Rollins just to get the belt back. And that was quite like a nicer version of what Becky Lynch had done the week prior. It's like, you didn't count on this, did you? The heels have been really genuinely, again, by their excellent selling of the whole world and everybody knowing that she was coming back, and these two buffoons not AJ Lee.
And
where have you found her?
Seth accepting on Becky's behalf, and Becky and them inevitably going backstage and having a row about this. What have you done that for?
But this is it. Like, it feels lived in now, and it never did with them previously.
Yeah. So following this, we got Bayley and her Yorkshire counterpart, basically.
Following this, we got the rest of Raw. That's my problem.
Yeah. Let's skip to the end.
There's a lot left of it, wasn't there, after what was very clearly the main event segment.
And then we got Rusev versus Penta.
Case in point.
I enjoyed it. Fun back and forth
Good
early on.
90 seconds at the end.
Yeah.
Penta blocked a suplex, hit a flying head scissors. Rusev missed a charge in the corner. Penta hit a backstabber for a near fall. They brawled to the outside. Rusev bounced Penta off the announce table, went for a spear or an attack on the outside in anyway, just eats the steel stairs as we go to a break. When we come back, Penta hits a headstand into a basement kick for a 2 count. Out comes the New Day and Grayson Bloody Waller. Rusev tries a suplex, but Penta goes off the ropes and dives onto the New Day. He goes to hit another dive, but Rusev hits him with a forearm. They get back in, and Penta catches Rusev with a code red for a 2 count. And Penta busies himself kicking Xavier Woods off the apron, comes off the top rope, straight into a nice Machka kick from Rusev, who gets the 1, 2, 3.
I've been harsh on Rusev, and I was harsh on the Sheamus feud, but I will give credit where it's due. It has absolutely elevated Rusev in the sense that they being WWE, made way too many assumptions of what people were ready to accept about Rusev when he came back, about how much of the Miro character still had credibility because it had been that long since it was super mega over in AEW. It had been that long since he'd been in WWE. And I think that was what I found quite annoying and arrogant about this whole return. And it's not like Rusev himself was so, I don't know, like so luminous in his matches that you were like, well, you know what? Yeah, they've not put the effort in, but I cannot take my eyes off you. Thank you that you've come back. The Sheamus program has done some good. Yes, there is more life in the audience when Rusev comes out. All of a sudden, yeah, like, he's a meat guy. There's a million of them now, you know?
Loads of them.
Loads of them. That can't be the genre anymore. Sorry, there's too many. But because he was so hard hitting in the Sheamus program, yeah, people are starting to react. I don't think the offense has changed in any way. Maybe there's a confidence and a swagger that he's felt like he needed to get back, and I'm starting to see that project a little bit. Or maybe it was just that like Penta was somebody really cool for him to bounce off of, because, yeah, I will give some credit here. I didn't want to just come across like I'm going 2-footed in a Rusev every week, but I was really bored by it, and I felt like that reaction was being mirrored by the crowds in those like otherwise quite loud buildings. They're getting somewhere with Rusev at long last. They're getting nowhere with the New Day still. This act, this treadmill, heel turn, running in again, like we're making jokes. I'm finding it impossible to connect to it, and I want to. Like, I'm in that staff room fighting for you. I love the New Day, and none of this feels like it connects other than Xavier Woods' hats. Good hats, good stuff with the old hats.
Yeah, good hats.
Good hats.
Good 90 seconds at the end. Rusev. Still, I think it's going to be rough sledding. We'll see.
Is it going to be Rusev versus Dominic Mysterio? Or
Yeah.
is he wanted a world title shot?
Yeah, I get Dom's the Intercontinental Champion, so yeah. I mean, that would situational babyface, probably not a full turn. Yeah, actually, why not? Like, I'll give that a look.
Sounds like a car boot sale.
What do you want?
I'll give it a look.
What do you want? I'm not paying £1. I'll pay 50p.
A nice story about the New Day from the house show run that WWE did in the UK. I was at the Leeds show, and spoilers if you don't want British TV spoilers, skip ahead a few minutes, because on the house show loop they were doing I think it was New Day versus War Raiders or something, and they'd beat them in 10 seconds or something, basically. So they do this match in Leeds, and then New Day do the whole, no, we weren't ready, run it back. And 2 masked wrestlers come out. I can't remember what the names they were using. I want to say the Manchester Maniacs, but this was in Leeds, so that wouldn't work. But they come out, these 2 masked
Leeds
wrestlers.
Loons.
Yeah, exactly. They come out, and they say, we'll fight you.
Yeah.
And they have the match, and these masked wrestlers pin Xavier or Kofi or whoever, and post-match, one of the wrestlers pulls off the mask to reveal it is, in fact, Michael McIntyre off of British TV for his Michael McIntyre show, right?
Right.
And they bring in some kids that are on the front row, and they say, we wanted to make a big thing for these guys because they've raised loads of money for this brilliant charity or whatever. And they bring the kids in, and they bring the mum in, right? And they're like, oh, let's have a lovely moment. I'm like, is this your first wrestling show? Yeah. Who are you here with? Oh, here with mum and dad. Oh, where's your dad? And they're like, oh, he had to go. He had a work call. And everyone's like, boo, no, this is awful, whatever. And then the other masked wrestler takes the mask off and it's their dad.
Oh, that's nice.
It's just a lovely moment.
I like that. What a cool payoff for the
That's
kids.
just lovely. So
yeah, I'm into that.
Spoilers for Michael McIntyre in about 6 months or whatever.
No, we'll never watch that.
Never in a million years.
No, but they'll say Feds on Michael McIntyre, so maybe you might watch it.
I might, yeah, stick on for that. The
Appointment viewing now.
we did that list, didn't we, of the Americans wouldn't know these British celebrities.
Yeah, we played this game on.
He's got to be way up there, isn't he?
Yeah.
But now we've like sort of explained Michael McIntyre via
Well, we've got a worldwide reach, yeah. So
the vehicle of the Fed, so now that's it. He's going to get over in America.
We-
He's going to break
we
America.
span both countries.
Yep.
I think, did I tell you who was on this list, Sidge? It was like just a random podcast did this, yeah. Ronnie Pickering being like top 3 was,
Yeah.
because he is infamous in the UK and not known anywhere else.
Big John the Bosch father.
Bausch, the babyface Bausch.
Yeah.
So funny.
There's 2 companies, there's 2 countries, there's 2 Bausch.
Yeah.
And there's a babyface.
A great quiz that Sidge did for Hamflett it went out on Saturday, I believe, regarding, what was it? Name all the former IC champions.
In chronological order,
It's fun, though.
this guy he's a machine or a freak.
Freak, yeah.
Thanks.
But I was sat downstairs. I knew what was going on. You were doing this, and every now and again, because there's noise occasionally carries down to the office. All I could hear was, Bausch! Nailed it though.
It was a lot of fun.
IC champion Bausch.
How many is there?
Hundreds?
Loads of them.
How did this
It's
bring?
about 127 something.
I can't listen to the podcast, but like Sidge gives us a bit of a hand when it hits the point where like, now come on, Hamflett, because there's like 3 wrestlers that trade the title for like 6 months and nobody gives a shit. Like it's like,
Wade Barrett, Miz, and
you sure got
yeah,
that?
but
And then
there's
you
like-
get there, you get in a cycle of it.
It's the
and like-
Christian Van Damme, Jericho, Benjamin Vortex as well. Jesus. He actually got a lot of those switches and all. I couldn't believe it.
It was yeah. You have to rely on I rely on Big 4 pay-per-views, but WWE didn't rely on the IC title when it came to Big 4 pay-per-views. Such a long time. It's like, right, where am I going now? It was just a fog of mid-carders.
I've got a potential other one up my sleeve. Well, let's just see what a razor stakes.
Razor Shakes.
Yes.
I need to find another, because you did likewise. I'll put you over. You did really well on the AEW one as well. Where it's like,
name the entire
it
roster.
was like Sporkle did Tony Khan has used 8,000 wrestlers in the first 4 years of Dynamite. How many can you get? And he did remarkably
I wanted
well.
over 50% and I got them.
Yeah.
Poor Jimmy Uso. He's trying to build bridges here. He goes up to LA Knight now and says, look, let's be on the same page as the vision. We know what's going to happen. And Knight says, I'm not interested in anyone's help. I tried to play nice, got super kicked in the mouth. Also, Jay cost me the world title at Clash in Paris. You definitely cost me the title when I was fighting Roman for it. Stay out of it. I'm doing it alone, basically.
This is to what I was saying before, you need to have things in place in order for the sympathy to feel legitimate. They have laid out why LA Knight is right here, and Jey Uso, ostensibly the biggest babyface in the company, is actually wrong on this one. And LA Knight's the more, even though he's a loudmouth and braggadocious and all that, he's actually the more virtuous of the 2 here. Like in the opening segment, it's quite well constructed, isn't it, that splash? Because he spends quite no, we're cool. Anyway, I'll just step out the way. Oh, Jesus, Bronson Reed. So yeah, they've done a pretty good job with him.
And then we got a Royal Rumble rematch and a sort of first time ever match in Nikki Bella versus Asuka.
2018, last 2.
Oh, yeah.
Such a good Rumble, wasn't it? Both Rumbles were top stuff.
Is that Shinsuke?
Shinsuke and Asuka. And then the debut of Ronda Rousey at the end. They probably, assumed the whole thing was a big shoot.
Hey, she was goated in that first year.
Who were the 2 world champions that thus didn't enter that Rumble?
AJ Styles?
No, in the women's division. So Ronda Rousey comes out and because the 2 women can...
The current tag team champions.
So LTST probably. That's where they probably had the first conversations.
Yeah. So that must be the first time that Charlotte Flair met Dr. Lily.
I would imagine so.
You just leave this crap on Mondays, please. I don't have to talk.
You're always welcome.
No.
Most aggressive head shake I've ever seen you do. Oh,
Go away, you.
Nikki Bella versus Asuka. Early on, Asuka dodged a baseball slide and hid behind Kairi Sane. Nikki's like, get away, and Asuka kicks her in the face and then celebrates with Kairi. I feel so bad for Kairi in all this. She feels like sort of willing occasionally, but most of the time she's just like, oh.
Yeah.
They celebrate as we go to a break. When we come back, Asuka hits a German suplex, but Nikki avoids the missile drop kick, fights back, strikes. Springboard kick that she actually connects on this time.
It's a springboard kit. I know what a springboard kick is.
Asuka comes back.
The move, you can't even see the bloody line there.
Nikki blocks an Asuka lock and hits an Alabama slam for 2. But another spin kick from Asuka, an Empress Impact kick, and the Asuka lock is locked on. And Nikki has to tap.
Like, the disaster kick thing was Becky Lynch's fault. I've watched it back a lot, and like, I love Becky Lynch, but I still think that was more on her than Nikki Bella.
I
Nikki
agree.
Bella's taken a lot of pelters for this, and they've obviously put that in the match in such a way to be like, I can do it, arseholes. This was fine. This was absolutely fine. Nikki Bella, is this good or bad, has settled back in. She's on the treadmill, and I don't know if that's good or not.
Never good when you're a star.
Yeah.
She has the height she has reached previously, and she's just there
She's
now.
back in the mix, isn't she?
Let's Levesque. That's what he does. This was adequate.
Yeah.
It was so surreal. Like, everything was bonkers in France except Nikki Bella. Just like indifference or pure hatred towards her.
It was like it felt like it was an extension of people loving Becky Lynch, wasn't it? It was like, no, we just like her, so you're not getting cheaters. It was weird. It was, I think they were rattled by that. You felt it in the match.
Le Boo.
French Ghost.
Le.
I ain't never even been to Paris, man. Oh, what am I doing? The swanton off that tower that Hey, Matt, you seen the McDonald's they got? French fries, they're actually... Whoa. No way. That's why they call them that. French fries.
Should you go on a culinary tour of the world, Jeff Hardy, at some point? I think you should.
B square or B triangle. It's the Eiffel Tower.
Where are we? Oh, we're in the clubhouse. Sort of. Judgment Day meet backstage, and Finn puts over Raquel for a big win and says now Roxanne can do the exact same thing next week. But they're wondering where Dom's been all night. They don't like him hanging around with El Grande Americano. Dom says it's a lucha thing. You wouldn't understand. And he storms off saying...
Darkness is at the bottom of the catacomb.
Perez went to go and check on him.
Just lazy fed this.
Worlds collide, isn't it? That's what they're talking about, isn't it?
Who's going to watch that? Like, not me, that's for sure. That's why I can't explain why El Gran Americano's a massive baby face half the week.
Your boy working Worlds Collide?
Who's my boy?
Iguana.
Who is?
No, I'm saying is your boy, Mr. Iguana, working it?
I could not care less.
He's the only guy who didn't get him. I mean, I got him for a day.
Yeah. Got him for,
Friday.
Got a wrestle ticks on that one because it feels like it blooms off that, Rose.
Dom could become AAA Mega Champion, which would be class.
It's funny.
Oh, Natalia's working it. Oh, Mr. Iguana is working it. Get in.
Do you like Natty?
I like Natty.
But you don't like Natalia?
Yeah. Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez.
I just slapped the crap out of that wrestler. That was good.
Judgment Day is Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez versus Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice.
That's a bit of you, that, isn't it?
Two favorite things.
That's just lazy. Finn Balor and JD McDonough, there's problems in the Judgment Day, right? Finn Balor and JD McDonough saying Dominic Mysterio, where have you been all night? In what was for us our first sighting of Finn Balor and JD McDonough is where they've let this product slip.
Where else would he be?
Because if you've been at the club...
Didn't he have an interview with Vic Joseph? I'm sorry.
Oh! Teachable moment! Teachable moment!
I'm excited to hear his voice tonight.
Ad break stuff, you know what? Like, if this is an all-night thing where they've been in the clubhouse and they've been like wanting to hatch a plan for some reason, and Dominic's delayed, or he's just, I'll be there in a bit, I'll be there, and you're seeing these characters getting pied by their mate, fine. Like, I'll take that as a one-night thing, and you're seeing the essential, but it's like they can't even be asked to do a couple of establishing shots. It's just like, where have you been all night? No, where have you been all night, Finn Balor?
I've been looking for him. They've been running around backstage. That's probably why. You probably saw him in the background.
Yeah. Rubbish.
I might watch Worlds Collide because it's from Las Vegas.
All right, okay.
And do you know where it's from in Las Vegas? It's at the...
T-Mobile?
No, it's at the Thomas and Mack Center, specifically the Cox Pavilion.
Oh! It's down from Pussy Road. I don't know, is that anything? Yes, evidently it is.
Road Vegas. Probably that one.
Right.
Thomas and Mack Center was where the pipe bam was.
Was it?
Because it wasn't, Vegas wasn't like a venue place.
WWE wasn't a big venue place really either.
Not at the time.
Not at the time.
Had a hell of a month there. Over that 20-year period.
Yeah.
Solid month.
Asuka and Nikki get into it backstage.
Drew Big House at the All State Arena a couple of weeks
That's
later.
right, they did.
Asuka said what she did to Nikki is exactly what IYO SKY is going to do to Stephanie Valkyrie. Nikki says, let's have a fight then. And Nikki shoves her. And then it pans back and reveals Rhea Ripley there backing up Nikki Bella, who says, is there a problem? And Asuka says, yeah, got two of them. She calls herself the top woman in WWE. And Rhea's like, you do know your mate is meant to be fighting for the world title, right? And Asuka storms off. And this was a big Kairi from Asuka this time.
It's all good stuff. Genuinely, they've got a bunch of different matches that are servicing this bigger story. Well, several stories, really. The Asuka heel turn, the IYO SKY Rhea Ripley thing, the match at WrestlePalooza, like, assuming it's going ahead, and, like, where's Stephanie Valkyrie? But, like, you know, Rhea Ripley inserts herself into it again and immediately reminds you that, no, this is a proper serious concern with all the stars, like Rhea and Nikki Bella, a mate, and that's sort of pretty cool to look at as well. Yeah, enjoying this.
And then we get to the main event of the evening. It was
a load of nothing.
Bronson Reed versus LA Knight.
Yes.
Bronson in control early on. He hits an elbow, points to the sky, but gets knocked to the outside. LA Knight dives onto him. Reed runs into the ring post, gets sent into the steps as we go to a break. When we come back, Reed catches LA Knight in the midair and hits him with the world's strongest slam for two. Bron chokes LA Knight on the ropes whilst the ref's back's turned. But Knight fights back and nails him with more punches. It's a jawbreaker, more punches. But Reed knocks LA Knight to the outside. LA Knight avoids a charge and Reed spills into the timekeeper's area. So LA Knight jumps off the table, onto the barricade, onto Bronson Reed. When they go back in, Reed blocks a neck breaker, but LA Knight dodges a senton and hits that top rope elbow drop of his for two. Goes for the BFT, but Reed shoves him off. LA Knight bumps into Bron Breakker on the apron, and Reed hits the Jagged Edge DVD for the 1, 2, 3.
Better than I thought it was going to be. I'm really enjoying LA Knight's work at the moment, and that extends pleasingly to his matches, because sometimes that was the thing that was cast against him ever being like a proper top-line guy, was that he didn't have the matches. I always thought he did, but I'm getting even more out of them now because I just sense how much we talked about this last week.
He wants it.
He really wants it, and he's been spying a spot for a while that he's always thought is his, to his credit, you know, and his consistency. And I just think he's wrestling up enough to it. Bronson Reed will just never be for me. And I can't, sometimes I want to call it a noble failure because he does all right sometimes, all right, but all right is his ceiling. And especially in singles matches. Like
not great when you stood next to Bron Breakker.
I'm actually going to extend a bit of credit to the booking of them as a tag team because he's probably like very useful as Bron Breakker in particular's tag guy, because what a guy to do the somewhat sludgy, boring stuff to tag in Bron Breakker. That's potentially great if they like win the tag belt. So that's where this is going. But as a result, sometimes you've got to stick him in singles matches like this, and it's hard, you know.
Yeah, 9 minutes and nothing for me. Bronson Reed, I like LA Knight still. a lot. This didn't diminish my interest in him. Bronson Reed is a guy who, and this has been proven in WWE, he's a guy who would be a great cameo in a party match, but I'm instructed to take him seriously somehow as a weekly TV main event wrestler who's tedious and who gets beat when it counts every single goddamn time.
Not that, like, I think we're going to do this, but could you imagine if, like, CM Punk in the build-up to the one last Seth Rollins singles match has to, like, run the Vision Gauntlet?
That sounds great.
the week, like...
Thanks, Tony.
And it's like CM Punk, the guy with the mind that theoretically should exploit whatever's brilliant about Bronson Reed and make it the best it's ever going to be. You would sort of dread that match, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course.
That week, that's... how's he going to make this magic? Because I just don't think... I think that's beyond CM Punk.
But it was all about the
Beyond
post.
us all.
It's a part of us all.
It's all about the post-match because, the two Bronnies attack LA Knight. Jimmy Uso runs out to make the save and does briefly until Bron Breakker just spears him. Jay runs down next again. Another spear from Bron Breakker after a bit of back and forth between all of them. And then it looks like the Usos are getting set up for a tsunami from Bronson Reed. But LA Knight gets in there with a chair and just starts swinging it around. And the two Bronnies retreat.
Retreat? Is that?
Knight
No
just
word of it.
stares him down. Helps Jimmy to his feet, shakes his hand, and then out of nowhere, wham! Jey Uso spears LA Knight. The noise was interesting from the crowd because it's not like it wasn't boos, it wasn't cheers, it was just like a what?
Yeah.
And Jay says we're even, as Jimmy can't really believe what's just happened. No one else can.
Again, the construction of this, I just think it's worthy of a bit of credit. Like, they've put this together in a way they're not even. That was not on by Jey Uso.
That's not on.
That's not on, and they laid it out as such, making it not on. Roman told, above all else, like, remember who you are, you're the ex-world champion, and do not trust CM Punk. And the Clash in Paris match started with Punk sneak attacking Jey Uso. So things fell apart when Jey Uso sneak attacked him right back when he was doing what? Setting up the table with LA Knight. And it's played out to the point where now he's done sneak attack and is attempting to call it even. There's a little bit of texture to this. And again...
Would you say it's Knight and Jay in terms of...
I would now.
Of course, if he turns heel, he could join the Judgment Jay.
Good.
Oh my God.
Or the new Jay.
It's a new Jay. Yes, it is.
Is that anything?
Probably not. Probably not.
Maybe when a certain Mr. Styles thinks he hasn't got any friends backstage, you just hear somebody go, "Hey, Jay!"
That works as well.
He asks for help from Jey Uso, and then
Jay Lee.
Jay Lee.
Yeah, it goes in a lot of things. Are we done here?
Your thoughts on the post-match?
I don't care. Hamflett adequately explained it earlier.
He couldn't give a damn.
I mean, who could give it? He's not going to turn heel.
Probably not. No.
I've already lived through this crap with Sami Zayn. He didn't turn heel neither.
Yeah.
Remember that? That was great. Foreshadowing clues just from to win a mid-card title as a babyface.
You'll get a bit of drama out of this for War Games. You know, it's all
Yeah.
like Triple H is pretty good at this.
Seals on TikTok pretending to care.
Like every year I say this, I think Triple H can build a hell of a War Games. I just never want to watch the payoff. He's really, really good at putting these teams together at just the right time in a way that feels, oh yeah, why not? How are they going to interact? How's that going to work? I mean, just tell me the result. Like if that's the sort of your version of password.
Teletext.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to. I can't wait for them to fight over that kendo stick at the 48-minute mark.
I think the baby faces should have the advantage in numbers. What?
Well, because the two of them, we can't. The fans be confused. If heels won both coin tosses.
Anyway, let us know your thoughts on Raw in the comment section below or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Watch, they can follow all four of us. You can follow Michael Hamflett at
Michael Hamflett.
Follow Michael Sidgwick at
M. Sidgwick.
Follow our brilliant producer Adam Nicholas at
It's Adam Nicholas.
and you can follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. As I said, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcast from for daily wrestling podcasts. We'll be back later on today previewing NXT and catching up on the past month, basically.
I sure won't.
But for now, this has been the Raw Review. My thanks to Hamflett Sidgwick. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.